does the Extinction Rebellion begin?
Joining me is Farhana Yamin from Extinction Rebellion.
Social justice group who call themselves the Extinction Rebellion.
Extinction Rebellion.
Extinction Rebellion.
The Extinction Rebellion.
Extinction Rebellion is fighting climate change and has been making headlines over the last few months.
Most of you watching right now are aware of the ecological crisis that is happening around the world. Climate change, heavily influenced by humans, has had a severe impact on the Earth's ecosystem, and if allowed to continue, will be devastating for nearly all life on the planet, including our own. The Extinction Rebellion is a decentralised group consisting of thousands of individuals around the world. Their primary aim is to bring the attention of governments and corporations to the climate crisis and to provoke the necessary mitigating action as soon as possible. The International Rebellion is a peaceful demonstration of civil disobedience which began on the 15th of April. In London alone, the protest has taken over 4 key locations: Oxford Circus, Marble Arch, Parliament Square and Waterloo Bridge. Roadblocks at these locations have caused massive disruption for Londoners and local businesses, which will hopefully make the government step up and respond. There are also many other protests worldwide, with activists in over 38 countries, including the US, Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, Germany, France and the Netherlands, to name a few. I study in London, so with the protests just around the corner from me, I decided to go show my support and see what it was all about.
But we need to tackle our local environment as well, because it's our environment, it's our biodiversity that's been absolutely devastated in this country. We're seeing a massive decline in birds and insect species.
Carry no weapons. We hold ourselves accountable for all our actions. We bring no alcohol or illegal drugs. We take responsibility for ourselves. We are all the crew.
Rebellion's a strange word in a way. I think it's put some people off because it sounds quite aggressive and violent. To me, it's actually just the most beautiful coming together of people. It's more like a celebration of life. People just stopping what they're doing, stopping their everyday activities, listening to the alarm bells that the scientists around the world are ringing, and realising that there's an issue that we have to tackle and coming together to tackle that. And there are no surefire answers, no one's right, no one's wrong. But I think what's beautiful about the rebellion is just the idea of people coming together and asking the questions that need to be asked. How can we create a better society for everyone and a more healthy environment?
It's you that morning, nothing gone. With daddy and mommy standing by.
parents, families, come down. It's, you know, everyone's nice, welcoming. Obviously, you know, depending on where you go, there's certain areas where there's a risk of arrest, and for certain people, that's obviously not something they're willing to do.
Yeah.
If you are, be aware there are leaflet things that people give out in case of arrest, but for most of the time, just coming down, being a part of it, it's a peaceful process, no one's being violent, and definitely join in. It's great.
Yeah. So I'm Benoit Andre, come down from Manchester with a group from Manchester, doing legal observing, looking after people whilst they're getting arrested, checking out where they're going. Yeah, cool.
I'm from West Wales, I'm a carpenter. I've come down 3 days ago. I'm willing to stay here as long as it takes to get the government to listen to what we're saying.
My name is Jack Harries, I'm a documentary filmmaker and activist.
My name is Louise. I am a rebel.
Yeah, hey, I'm Greg. Been part of XR for a little while. Been doing sort of full-ish time for about 3 weeks, building up to this beautiful event today. What else would you like to know?
What does the rebellion mean to you?
A ton of things, actually. But really, it's hope in the face of hopelessness. It's a society filled with a bunch of nihilistic people who think that nothing can be done, and like, fair enough, of course we would feel that way. We have no control over the decisions that make our lives. So this is a sort of reclaiming of sovereignty over that. And looking around, you can see in people's faces, they're like, oh my god, this could actually do something. And it's not just about reclaiming sort of autonomy over our day-to-day lives, it's actually about saving the lives of everybody. So that's kind of, yeah, it's
Rebellion. I mean, initially I thought it's a focus on getting the government to act up, like actually like step up and do something about what's happening, like we're basically.
Yeah.
But I'm more and more thinking a lot of what the rebellion is doing, which I'm very happy about, is there are so many people that are just completely unaware because it's been like blanketly hidden by the government and by the media. So this kind of thing, we're getting people coming up and asking, it's like such good exposure, just like letting people know that we are actually we're in deep and people realise that. Yeah.
Sweet.
I think this is the most important thing that's probably ever happened to us. Well, definitely is, rather than I think it is, yeah.
Completely agree.
It's an existential threat.
I agree. So quickly, to anyone who hasn't joined the rebellion yet or taken part in the activism, what would you say to them?
I should say everyone should look at the IPCC report, read it, and the facts are there. There's no denying it. The media should face up to it, the government should face up to it. That's our message. Yeah? Everyone must face up to the existential threat we're faced with.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, it's a amazingly welcoming movement. There's space for absolutely everybody. There's obviously this whole arrest thing, which makes XR quite unique because we're confronting the state, we're doing non-violent direct action, something to consider, but remember that if you can't get arrested for whatever reason, it's still a movement for you, there's still tons to be done. Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Thank you so much for doing.
If you're willing to come down to these things and to events, absolutely do it. You don't have to get arrested, and like people who are down for getting arrested are always will appreciate the support, and just me doing legal observing, it means a lot when people come up to me and it's like cheering me on. So even if you don't want to be arrested or do anything illegal, just being here, like your presence is doing great things. But if you do want to get involved, try and find your local XR, meet people. If you're like part of school or uni, there's societies, or set one up. And then just like the little things, like just minimising like waste. Cycling everywhere. Cycling's great anyway, and just the little things. So there's you can do every step of the way. There's a little thing you can do.
Sweet. Yeah. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Cheers. Can I tell you about why I've made this banner?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this is a quote from Emma Goldman, who was an activist, socialist, feminist, and an anarchist. And it says, "A revolution without dance is not a revolution worth having." And the reason I made this sign is because there was like some opinion that obviously there's like a bit of a party vibe here, but like it's kind of like met with this constant kind of threat of like arrest, and it's not exactly relaxing. Like the party is there to kind of regenerate us and to like bring people in. But yeah, I've had like some people kind of be saying like, is having this kind of vibe like hurting your cause? And I was like, only if you're really kind of cynical, because no, it's bringing people in, it's relaxing people, it's relaxing the police.
I mean, we need everyone in this movement. This is a movement for everyone of every rage, ace, nationality, religion, creed. So everyone is welcome in this movement, and I think if you're interested in getting involved, you should follow Extinction Rebellion on social media. It can feel quite intimidating to get involved with this stuff, especially if you haven't protested before, you've never been arrested before, and it's important people know that it's a very calm and relaxed atmosphere. Today is just like being at a really lovely festival. There's music and singing and dancing, and really everyone is welcome. And so yeah, just follow Extinction Rebellion online and come in and get involved, and soon you'll find yourself a little bit addicted.